Now, I do apologize. If you've been following me on Instagram or on our community page here on YouTube, you'll know that I'm getting over a sickness and I'm still not fully 100% as of today. It's Sunday that we're filming this, and our work schedule goes from Mondays to Sundays. That's how long we have the cars. So I really don't have a choice but to get filming today. So I do apologize in advance. Now, speaking of those filming, we pick up cars every Monday from Montreal. I'll go drop off the press car that we've got, come and pick it up, and come home and start working on the episode of Test Drive. Now this week, we had this Nissan Qashqai booked. Just called them up, said I'd like to get the Qashqai, we're good to go. It wasn't until I got home that I realized this unfortunately is a 2017 model year. The people who are searching for the Nissan Qashqai today are probably looking at the 2018 model, considering most manufacturers have already started rolling out their 2019s. So rather than doing a full spotlight on the Qashqai here, because really nobody's going to be searching for the 2017 at this point, and it's too early for people to be searching for it in the used market, we're going to do something different. I'm going to be talking about how we get all of these cars from the manufacturers. It's going to be a behind the scenes look at everything that we do here in terms of getting these cars, so that if you actually are thinking maybe to get in to the auto journalist world, you'll have a better idea of how you might be able to approach it. So you probably think I spend a majority of my time sitting behind the wheel of the cars that we have, but in reality, I'm actually behind the desk of my computer, whether it's editing all the videos that we're working on different articles, or actually setting up the vehicles that we have to film. Now, we got started out because we already had a pretty established network here. Perpetual Radio Networks has been around since 2009. So when we reached out to the manufacturers first, we had some background. It wasn't just some kid looking to get some cars for free. You know, we already were doing test drive in a way with the small episodes that we were doing on older BMW and Mercedes models. And then we grew and did a few little vehicles here and there, rentals, which the manufacturers really hate if you do, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do to get things done. But overall, we had enough going for us that when we reached out to the manufacturers, they kind of talked around. All the different PR people certainly talked to each other for the different manufacturers to say, hey, do you know this guy? Have you heard anything from him? Whatever. They'll kind of talk amongst themselves and see if you're worthwhile, then probably one of them will eventually give you a car. But again, you have to have some sort of thing established already. You can't just say, I'd like to start a website. You have to have something going. You have to have something to prove and show that you're not just some random person. And now we get to the part that is the most important as far as I'm concerned. We are hiring, in a sense. YouTube is such a great place for creators to be able to put out their own videos, do whatever they want, and potentially be able to earn money off of it. Now, we've been growing pretty slowly but steadily over the past year. About this time last year, we had just around 2,000 subscribers, and by today, we've got over 13,000. So we have grown a lot, maybe not as quick as I'd like to, but I'm hoping that's going to change. So if you're already on YouTube, you're already producing shows, whether it's automotive or tech related, maybe you haven't gotten the traction that you were hoping to. You're smaller than you were expecting to be at this point, but you're thinking to get into something a little bit bigger, then PRN might be for you. Now, there are a few things we're looking for. First of all, we really would prefer all of our content creators to be from Canada. That way we're covering the exact same type of vehicles or tech stuff that's available to us up here. We don't want to have somebody from Europe start talking about a European-only vehicle when everything else is Canadian. So we really would prefer if they are Canadian. Second of all, you kind of have to be English. There is a pretty decent market for French content out here, but the reality is even the French-speaking people who do English shows in Quebec have a bigger audience in English than they do in French. So we really don't see a reason to do a second show and try to build a second audience in another language, but that could be a possibility down the road if we have enough people who are French and would like to do it. So you have to be English, you have to be Canadian, and you have to have a bit of a personality on camera. So if you're out there, like I said, if you're doing something already on YouTube, maybe you're thinking about getting into it, maybe you're doing something a little bit different, maybe you're a journalist, you're a freelancer, you're writing, you're doing photos, things like that, you haven't gotten into the video stuff but you'd like to, then reach out to us. Send me an email, niall@perpetualradio.ca. The idea of Perpetual Radio was always to be a content aggregator. We weren't supposed to be the end-all be-all of online journalism. The idea was if you already have, say, a YouTube channel, you're covering your cars on your own thing, but you want to have a different platform to be able to grow on, you can publish a specific video for our show while still doing your own. There's no merging, there's no combining forces. You're just going to be contributing to this network. So like I said, email me, niall@perpetualradio.ca. We've got some ideas working out. We're going to see if they work. So obviously, if you're interested and we give you an idea of what we're looking at, and it's not for you, that's cool. We're hoping to be able to fine-tune things to make it work so we can bring more people on board, have more collaboration, and ultimately provide a better quality experience to you, the viewer. And that's the most important thing, is to produce these videos so that you are interested in watching them. So I'm really hoping to hear from a lot of you. I know this isn't the video that Nissan was hoping to get on their Qashqai, but to be honest, there's not much we can do with that car right now anyway. So I'm hoping to hear from you, and until next time, take care.